we looked at our example of a fairly easy irregular verb, avad. Okay? This pattern, what's distinctive about this, or what's different about this from a regular verb like katal? Remember I told you why we use katal? Because all the consonants don't give you any trouble. They're regular. There's no begad kafath letters to worry about, dagesh lanes, and there's no gutturals. Okay? Why do they not use a verb like avad as a paradigm verb? Because it's got a guttural in the first position. Avad is called a first guttural root, or a first guttural verb. Do you understand what we mean by a verb that's first guttural? This ain't rocket science. Okay. Just for the sake of interest, you don't have to know this, all right? But while I'm talking about this, okay, you may run into grammars. Interestingly enough, let me rewrite this. That wasn't very good. Interestingly enough, older grammars used a different paradigm verb. They used the verbal root pa'al. Pa'al. Now, why in the world would you pick a verb like pa'al?
Second guttural.
It's got a guttural here. It's got a dagesh problem here because this is a begad kafath letter. They did this because this is the old Hebrew word in the medieval period when they were starting to codify grammars. This is the word for verb. It occurs in the Bible, and it means to do. All right, it's kind of one of your basic verbs, to do or make something. Okay, it's not all that common, but it's the verb to do, and it became the word for verb. So they used the verb for verb to indicate the paradigms for verbs. Do you understand? This isn't as bizarre as it sounds. Okay. Now, this has been abandoned by most modern grammars because what you really want is a more paradigmatic regular verb and not have to worry about oddities like this. All right? But I bring this to your attention only in the context of learning the names of the letter positions. Because you will see in the literature, especially older grammars, the first position not called the first position, but called the pay position. All right? Assuming that you all know we're working off of this as your paradigm verb. And in that nomenclature, in that system, avad would not be called a first guttural verb, but a pay